There are a lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports. Let go, show recaps, predictions, sports.
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports. Let go.
What's going on, everybody? It's EVP from the EVP Show, and I am back, guys. Sorry for the no TNA recap yesterday. Just hanging out with families. Yeah, a couple of days off, ready to go, feel refreshed. Very long night tonight. I mean, there were some good parts. There were some not so good parts. Obviously, they did a really good job with Royce Keys, building him up to the big main card picture against Gunther. Obviously, kind of predictable. Gunther was going to win. I don't know what they're setting up. This looks like a Drew McIntyre thing all over again. Possibly, I don't know. Or Randy's going to come out and it's going to end. I don't know. I think it's just going to be, I don't think Gunther can be pinned. So, either Cody's losing or Randy's going to come out and call the DQ or something. I don't know. Triple H is really likes both Gunther and Cody, so I don't know how he's going to book that. Especially with it being in Italy. So, pretty decent show, but like I said, it was a long show. Just a lot of comedic stuff still on SmackDown, which I don't know. I mean, I'll be glad when they go back to 2 hours. But they have planted the seed for a lot of stuff. Obviously, the Charlotte Jade stuff. It looks like they're doing Rhea and Jade in Italy. So, from what it looks like, we may have all title matches in Italy. I'm sure the Women's Raw Championship is going to be defended there. I don't know. Looks like we could be headed for a 5 or 6 match card in Italy at least. I'm hoping. Anyways, but I'm glad to be back with you guys. This is the SmackDown recap. Like I said, May 15th, live May 15th, 2026 on the EVP show. Like I said, I've been off. My last stream was NXT Tuesday. But from this point forward, there's no days off until the end of the month. Because I have a full week coming up for you guys. Obviously, not a full card, which I'm not crazy about that. WWE hopefully puts out another match Monday for Saturday Night Main Event. But I do have a Saturday Night Main Event prediction show coming up Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then the following Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Hoping we have a full card. And we'll probably at least we already have a couple of matches it looks like that's pretty much confirmed. I'm sure they're going to make Roman Jacob official. I don't know how many matches they plan on doing in Italy. So, but we got Cody and Gunther. The graphics already out. So, I don't know, if they're going to do Roman Jacob there with Cody and Gunther on the card. We'll see. I would think so. But, I think Roman's working it as far as I know. Last I was told. So, like I said, that was I had a couple of quick announcements. Obviously, I have the 2 prediction shows coming up back-to-back weeks. The show in Italy, I think I remember telling you guys maybe Tuesday on the NXT recap. The last Sunday of the month is Clash in Italy PLE. It's gonna be 2 p.m. Eastern time, so it'll be 1 p.m. my time. So that Sunday, instead of me doing a scoop show around that time that I will be doing the scoop show. It'll be the Clash in Italy recap show. It will not be a Sunday scoop. The last Sunday of May. on the day of Clash of Italy. I won't be doing a scoop show. I'll be doing a recap show of the PLE, probably around the same time, probably like 6 p.m. Eastern. And then I'll be back later on that night to cover LFG. So, like I said, from now all the way until a little bit into June, it's straight streaming nonstop. So, no more days off, obviously, unless something comes up. But a lot of content coming you guys' way. So, I'm looking forward to getting it going next week. Well, I'm off tomorrow. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I do have tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be my last day off until the end of May. And then Sunday, obviously, I'm back with 2 shows. Episode 4 of the LFG recap and then Sunday scoops. There'll be 2 more scoop shows before Italy, I believe. Yeah. The 17th, I think, and the 24th. Be 2 more scoop shows before the end of May. So this Sunday coming up, and then the next Sunday, the day after Saturday night main event. But there will not be one at the end of the month. So make sure you guys tune in if you're going to tune in for the next 2 Sundays so you don't miss out. But let's go ahead and get to SmackDown. It's a long show, a lot to cover. Thank you guys for understanding. Obviously, I had some family stuff yesterday, so I went ahead and took the night off from TNA. But looks like it was a pretty good show that I missed out, so hope I can get caught back up with you guys next week on TNA. So this is your SmackDown recap live here on the EVP show, May 15th, 2026. They are live from the Colonial Life Arena in Columbia, South Carolina, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. Very, very big wrestling town, very big college town in that area. As WWE deals with the fallout from the PLE that we just saw, WWE Backlash, with Saturday night's main event and Clash of Italy, quickly approaching. A lot of storyline developments are expected to tonight. The American Nightmare, the undisputed SmackDown champion Cody Rhodes, is scheduled to appear following the announcement he will defend the undisputed WWE Championship against Gunther at Clash in Italy on May 31st. Title match was revealed to be the favorite Paul Heyman had been referencing, and now fans are waiting to hear Cody respond. Tonight, Gunther also will make a major decision during tonight's broadcast. WWE confirmed that the ring general will decide whether he's officially joining the SmackDown roster. If he signs the contract tonight, his undisputed WWE Championship against Cody Rhodes will become official. And obviously, if you watch SmackDown tonight, they do a little swerve in there. Gunther had to actually win a match. So, but I think that was the best way. Like, I don't really like to finish solo, but you can kind of see it from a mile away. T didn't want any part of the cheating stuff, so Solo ended up costing Royce Keys, but he dominated majority of the match, so he was definitely booked really strong. So yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. Like I said, I for sure know Cody's not pinning Gunther. That's not gonna happen. Triple H really loves Gunther. He really loves Cody, so I don't know. I think it could be some wonky finish. Maybe Randy. Randy's advertised for the SmackDown, I believe. I think it's like either before Italy or after. I think it's after. He's advertised to come back, so I could see him interfering, do like a DQ, which I don't. That's why I don't want them to main event if they're gonna do it that way. Because obviously they need to get back to the Randy Cody story. So I don't know. A lot of people want to see Gunther win the title. I mean, if they're gonna do it, I guess I'm not opposed to it. I mean, he's been booked really strong. So, but then you're gonna have to see it again at SummerSlam. Which do you really want to see that match 3 times? So it's just kind of, I don't know. I think the match will be good, if they get the time. Gunther's just really great in the ring. So, but yeah, got some comments. What's going on at the fair and Adam? What's going on? I'm good. I don't know what that is. I'm a fan of Anna, Laura. I don't know who that is. I'm not sure who that is. But anyway, SmackDown. This is a special homecoming celebration at the University of South Carolina for the United States champion. Trick Williams kicked off SmackDown, where he previously played college football there before becoming a WWE star. Also, in addition, Jade Cargill will address her action after returning last week and attacking Rhea Ripley during a 6-woman tag match involving Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, B-Fab, Meechin, and Fatal Influence. Obviously, it is made official for Saturday Night's main event. Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, and Alexa Bliss take on Jade Cargill, Meechin, and B-Fab. That's the third match. I'm thinking the women's tag team titles is probably going to be the fourth match. I kind of teased that tonight. It looks like Saturday Night's main event is going to be very weak when it comes to I guess Penta and Ethan Page or the division may main event that. I don't know. It's what it looks like, but it doesn't look to be very strong. So, but I will be doing a recap of Saturday Night's main event. We will be still doing a prediction show. Like I said, I think they're waiting for the tag team title match for that to end Monday, and then they probably will announce. They probably won't announce it Monday, but they'll probably wait till freaking SmackDown on the night before Saturday Night main event. They love to do that. So anyway, let's go ahead and get to it. Your announcers are Wade Barrett and Joe Tessitore. The show opens up taking a look back at everything that happened at Backlash. So then we get the superstar rivals. WWE also noted that R-Truth is not clear to compete tonight, so Damian Priest will go one-on-one with Tama Tonga in a singles match. Trick Williams, obviously they've shown him. He was in the middle of the University of South Carolina football stadium ahead of the celebration. WWE aired a video package looking back at Backlash before returning to the arena. And out comes the United States Heavyweight Champion, Trick Williams. He came out with the University of South Carolina mascot, Cocky, and received a big reaction from his hometown crowd. Trick is super over. He also came out with Lil Yachty as well. So, and his parents were in the front row. So, the crowd was chanting, "Whoop that Trick," as the United States Champion entered the ring. Trick posed on the turnbuckle before grabbing a microphone. Trick talked about being back in South Carolina, showed love to his high school and the university. He brought up some of his favorite memories, including Kiki's Chicken and waffles in his time playing football for the South Carolina Gamecocks. Will WWE decline? They are pretty much in a decline right now. Looks like. He also mentioned, like I said, his parents were in attendance in the front row, and the advice his mother gave. Trick said the fans helped create the star standing in the ring. Very good promo by Trick. The crowd got the crowd rocking early. I don't really like who they brought out to interrupt him, but it's a home celebration for Trick, so I kind of expected something like that. He is obviously interrupted by The Miz and Kit Wilson. The Miz came out at mock Trick's homecoming celebration and brought up the Gingerbread Man funeral from last week, saying it looked like rejected mascots were coming out with Trick from his daughter's birthday party. Lil Yachty yelled at The Miz for interrupting Trick Williams. He brought up Miz and Carmelo Hayes losing at Backlash. Said Miz is cursed. Not Miz and Carmelo, Miz and Kit, I'm sorry. Kit Wilson was funny, though, out there. Miz denied being cursed. Kit Wilson then told Trick to wake up and said they clearly did not understand what the master was saying. He said he was speaking a language they could understand, and that is slam poetry. Watch Wwe Smackdown, okay, not so hype, but okay. Yeah, it was decent. 3-hour show. Tough. But so Lil Yachty asked if he could respond. Obviously, we had to slam poetry. I didn't write all that down. Never do. Lil Yachty asked if he could respond, then brought up Miz's history about mentioning his tiny, you know what. Miz told everyone to be quiet and say they were not saying that again. He said he wanted to get out of the city and claimed if he lived there, he would volunteer to move to Tennessee. Obviously, taking a shot at one of South Carolina's SEC rivals, the Tennessee Volunteers. Miz said he would beat Trick in front of his mother. Trick had enough and punched Kit Wilson before closed on the Miz. He then sent both Kit and Miz to the floor. So we're going to get Trick Williams versus Miz in a non-title match to kick off Wwe Smackdown. So the match started with both men locking up before Trick sent Miz to the outside early on. Miz recovered and hung Trick across the rope before staying on the attack with a kick off the ropes. Miz continued targeting the champion's back, driving the knee into Trick, keeping him grounded. The crowd started chanting tiny, you know what, at Miz before Trick fired back with a neckbreaker to shift momentum. Trick Williams followed up with stomps in the corner as fans chanted, "Whoop that Trick." His parents were really into it. Love seeing that. Miz tried to hit the skull concussion finale, but Trick blocked it and sent Miz retreating to the outside. Trick chased after him and threw Miz into the barricade before sending him back into the ring. Kit Wilson then blindsided Trick from behind to slow the champion down. Miz took advantage, connected with the dropkick before trash talking Lil Yachty. As we had to, obviously we went to a commercial, which sucked. The Miz stayed on the attack. He placed Trick Williams near the barricade in front of his family. Trick eventually turned things around and sent Miz back into the ring. Trick Williams tried to build momentum, but Miz stopped him with a clothesline. Miz is a great, he's been doing heel work for a long time, so I guess they picked the right opponent for a hometown win for Trick. Miz began mocking Trick's family before connecting with a running boot. He also taunted Lil Yachty at ringside. That distraction gave Trick an opening to fight back and take Miz down to the mat. Both men were left down as they slowly got back to their feet, heading to another commercial. Trick Williams began to feed off the energy from the hometown crowd and started taking over with multiple scoop slams before picking up a 2 count. The Miz tried to regain control in the corner, but Trick countered a skull-crushing finale attempt into a roll-up for a count of 2. Miz quickly went back on offense afterward, but he could only manage another 2 count. The Miz connected with the it kicks. Obviously, it was referenced later on when Brie Bella was doing it. Trick Williams countered into another roll-up for a count of 2. Trick kicked up, only for Kit Wilson to trip him from the outside. Kit was very involved. For a second, I thought we were going to see a tag match with these guys at Saturday Night Main Event, but they didn't make it official. So Miz rolled Trick up for 2 before Trick answered with another near fall of his own. Miz hit the skull crushing finale and went for the cover, but Trick Williams kicked out at 2, and the Miz could not believe it. As Miz began arguing with the referee, Kit Wilson distracted the referee, allowing Miz to go to the outside to grab a kendo stick. Before he could hit Trick with that kendo stick, Lil Yachty pulled it away, and he nailed Kit Wilson twice with the kendo stick. Lil Yachty took batting practice on the outside on Kit Wilson with the kendo stick. Miz turned back around, and Trick Williams hits a trick shot for the 1, 2, 3. Trick Williams with the win in front of his hometown and family. Fans, he's definitely the most over on SmackDown right now. The fans are going crazy. Trick celebrated his victory as we went backstage, where we see the former United States champion, somebody that's obviously been off WWE television for a little while with an injury. Carmelo Hayes appeared and said people like Sami Zayn and Trick Williams are making a mockery of the United States Championship. Carmelo also mentioned fans chanting, "We want Melo," before declaring that now they've got him. So they're already putting the fillers out there for that Carmelo trick match. I don't think they do it until SummerSlam at the earliest. That's going to be a big money match. So, but Ricky Saints, obviously in the back, we saw that. We will see their match later on. I'll talk about it later on in the night. Ricky Saints interrupted promo and said he never properly got a hello from Carmelo. Carmelo responded by saying he was not trying to run for president. He just wanted his United States Championship back. Carmelo then mocked Ricky Saints before Saints walked away. And they made a match official for tonight. Carmelo Hayes goes one-on-one with the absolute Ricky Saints. Obviously, they know each other very well from NXT. So, Carmelo finished things off by saying looking at Ricky was like staring into a dirty mirror. SmackDown went to a commercial. So then we come back from commercial break. We're backstage again with Nick Aldis. He's Sean talking with Ray Phoenix about having his eyes on something big. I don't know what that is. I don't know unless he's going to be going after the United States title, which he's not going to get it. So I'm hoping that they try to maybe reunite him with Penta. If Penta drops the title, which I don't know if they're going to have a title change at Saturday Night Main Event, but they could. I think it's highly possible Ethan Page wins, but we'll see. Ray Phoenix said he has something big on his mind. Sami Zayn shows up to talk to Nick Aldis. He walked in and admitted that he was ashamed of how things went at Backlash. He said he acted out of character and called it a wake-up call. Sami asked for another title match so he could do things the right way. Nick Aldis reminded Sami that he already got his rematch and said if he wanted another opportunity, he would have to earn it. Sami Zayn was pissed off about that. He thought he should be handed an opportunity. He questioned whether everything he had done over the last several weeks, months, and even years had suddenly been forgotten. He added that his loyal fans had not forgotten him. So that Sami Zayn heel turn slowly coming to fruition. Nick Aldis responded by saying nobody had forgotten Sami, but added that Sami was clearly dealing with personal issues. Nick Aldis told him to handle those issues because from his perspective, Sami was starting to sound like he was entitled. Sami got really pissed off about that. I started throwing his temper tantrum, and Ray Phoenix stepped in and told Sami to calm down. Sami responded by saying he was still the same Sami Zayn, claiming everything else around him had changed. Ray Phoenix told Sami he didn't even recognize him anymore. So, yeah, a lot of stuff going on with Sami still. They clearly haven't gotten, doesn't seem like they've gotten away from tricking Sami. Hopefully they have, but. So then we go to another backstage segment with Kathy Kelly. She caught up with the WWE Women's Smackdown, or just Women's Tag Team Champion. Sorry. Brie Bella and Paige. They have a new name. Something mode. I can't remember what it is. I saw the shirt, but Kathy asked them about the growing list of challengers coming after the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Brie Bella said it feels like they're swimming in a shark tank because everyone wants a shot at them. She also reminded everyone that they would defend the titles again on Monday. It's the Judgment Day. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez on Raw. Paige added that it will not be easy for anyone to take the championships away from them. Obviously, she said they've been waiting to get them for a long time, but Paige just came back at WrestleMania. So, I don't know. Something about that promo didn't really make a lot of sense. But then, Nia Jax and Lash Legend, the Irresistible Forces, show up. Lash Legend interrupted. She said she hoped. Nia interrupts. She said she hopes Paige keep the title through tonight and Monday because she wants to personally take them back at Saturday Night Main Event. So, like I said, they've already teased a Women's Tag Team Championship match. So, they kind of gave it away without giving it away. It kind of looks like that's where they're headed. So, it looks like it could be Brie and Paige against Nia and then Lash at Saturday Night Main Event. what it's looking to me. But we will go ahead and go to the non-title match. It's going to be Brie Bella and Paige taking on Kiana James and Julia in a non-title match. Brie and Kiana start the match with Kiana backing Brie into the corner during an early exchange. Brie avoided a big boot and answered with a leg sweep. Paige got the hot tag. Obviously, this crowd was absolutely dead during this match. But when Paige came in, they livened up a little bit. The champion took control. Kiana tried to fight back, but Brie hit a bulldog before Paige followed with a knee strike for a count of 2. Julia was then tagged in, immediately went after Paige. Paige responded with kicks after sending Julia into the ropes. Julia distracted the referee long enough for Kiana James to trip Paige from the outside, sending her crashing onto the apron. Julia then took over. They went to commercial, back from break. Julia placed Paige on the turnbuckle before the champion started fighting back. Paige escaped and connected with a sunset powerbomb to bring Julia down. Kiana James tagged in, tried to stop Paige from reaching Brie Bella. But Paige managed to make the hot tag. Brie came in firing with knees to both opponents and said Brie mode. She followed with the yes kicks, and like I said earlier in the night, I believe it was Wade Barrett said, "Oh, she must have been watching The Miz earlier." But Joe Tessitore called him yes kick, which was referring to her husband Daniel Bryan, obviously. She planted Kiana with the Bella Buster for a count of 2 until Julia broke up the pin. Julia tagged back in, and they double team Brie. Julia then hit a Northern Lights bomb, but Paige broke up the pinfall attempt. Kiana avoided Paige, who then sent Julia to the outside. Will WWE be in Paraguay, Uruguay, or Peru? Doesn't look like it. Not that I know. Brie connected with the double knee strike for another near fall before tagging Paige in. Paige comes in and hits the rampage on Kiana James. 1, 2, 3. So this was a non-title match, but Paige and Brie Bella were victorious over Kiana James and Julia, and caused that dissension even more between Kiana James and Julia. Cody Rhodes is shown walking to the ring with the contract in hand. But backstage, Kathy Kelly caught up with the new Women's United States Champion, Tiffany Stratton, backstage and asked where she sees herself fitting into the current state of the women's division with all these people paired up. What do you think of making wrestling boring? SmackDown being 3 hours doesn't help. And Fatal Influence was on the show, but I mean, they did it like a backstage segment, which I don't know. You gotta have your top star, like the people that's really over. Then you gotta get your newer. I mean, they should have done something tonight besides talking, but I don't know. It looks like they're gonna get pushed. So, Kathy asked Tiffany about the current state of the women's division. Obviously, everybody all teamed up. Before Tiffany could fully answer, she stopped talking after noticing Julia and Kiana James are coming back from the match, arguing, walking backstage. Tiffany brushed off the drama and said she was perfectly fine on her own. She also hinted that other people in the division could deal with all the numbers games and alliances if they wanted to. But then, obviously, at that point, is podcast or dirt sheet the reason for what? For WWE being boring? I don't think so. Chelsea Green walked into the conversation and started talking about the issues between Julia and Kiana James. Tiffany, it looks like they're running this whole "we're not friends" angle again. Just like they did with Charlotte and Alexa, and they're doing it with Tiffany and Chelsea. What it looks like to me. A lot of rinse and repeat. They like to do that. So Tiffany didn't seem interested in getting involved, saying that some people are simply oblivious before walking away. She made it seem like she did not want to be teamed with Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green told Kathy Kelly that Tiffany just usually acts like that, so she kind of blew it off. But they're definitely doing some sort of angle, just like they did with Charlotte and Alexa for sure. So then out comes the undisputed SmackDown Heavyweight Champion Cody Rhodes. Came out to huge reaction from the crowd. He come out there and he basically set up the contract signing line. So he got 2 chairs, threw them in the ring, and a table. Set the chair up at the table. He was basically acting like the ring crew, and obviously the crowd was chanting loud for that. After getting everything set up, Cody got on the microphone, asking Columbia what they wanted to talk about. He then explained that all the formal pieces were now in place for a contract signing. Cody revealed that the contract was for Gunther to officially join SmackDown and challenge him for the WWE Championship. He told Gunther to come out there and sign this contract. Then we get Gunther's music hit. Obviously, it was like with the lights went out and all that. The ring general made his way out, the career killer, with a microphone in his hand. Gunther mocked the setup for the SmackDown contract signing and accused Cody Rhodes of turning the entire situation into something about himself. The ring general said that despite all the preparations, Cody still found a way to steal the spotlight. He even called Cody the Golden Boy, which is funny as shit. Gunther then said he only wanted one thing from Cody, and that was professionalism. Sean Stasiak died, abducted without the son, Prince so wrong by WWE. He told Cody to address him properly, show some respect, and simply say please. Cody Rhodes fired back by reminding Gunther that he was the one who blindsided him and convinced Paul Heyman to pull string for a WWE Championship match that Cody believed Gunther did not earn. Cody said Gunther was now acting like he might not even sign the contract again. He joked that while he may have an American flag tattooed on his neck, Gunther was the one making the whole situation strange. Still, Cody decided to play along and sarcastically said please when he invited Gunther to the ring. He said, please come down and sign the contract, but out comes Royce Keys, which I was like, damn, they're throwing a huge ass swerve in right here. Royce Keys made his way out and stood next to Gunther, refusing to even look at the career killer at first until Gunther finally turned towards him. Royce Keys said that if Gunther was not going to sign the contract, then he would. He entered the ring and asked for the pin. Then Gunther obviously come out there and repeatedly stopped Royce Keys from signing that contract. Two briefly followed the pin before things escalated further. Nick Aldis came out at that point to address the situation, saying we got an interesting subject on our hands tonight, saying the contract process was supposed to be simple. Nick Aldis pointed out that Gunther's name was meant to be on the contract, but because he overplayed his hand, the championship opportunity was now up for grabs. So basically, he said Gunther's been messing around, not wanting to come in and sign the contract, not wanting to be officially part of SmackDown. So Nick Aldis said the championship opportunity would now be up for grabs in the main event. Nick Aldis officially announced that Royce Keys would face Gunther in the main event tonight, with the winner earning a WWE Championship match against Cody Rhodes in Italy. Cody showed support for Royce Keys and told him he was proud of him. Cody added that while they may be friends, Royce should understand that he's going to tell him, just like he told Gunther, he is easy to find here on SmackDown, but hard to beat. I really wish he would get away from that. But so after that interesting segment, a little swerve action from WWE backstage, Solo Sikoa was speaking with Tama Tonga and Tala Tonga about the unexpected developments. Solo reminded Tama that R-Truth was not medically cleared, Damian Priest was still walking around backstage. He instructed Tama to take care of Priest while he and Tala planned to speak with Royce Keys. But backstage, Shinsuke Nakamura appeared and told Tama Tonga that he needed to make a decision. This has been going on for a while too. Before Tama could respond, Tala Tonga comes out of nowhere, attacked Shinsuke Nakamura from behind and chokeslammed him to a table backstage. So we come back from break, and Gunther is mad. He had confronted Nick Aldis backstage and yelled about what happened with the contract situation. Obviously, he said you should be lucky that I'm even here. Nick Aldis reminded Gunther that they already had a deal, but Gunther backed out of it. Nick told him he was acting like Paul Heyman. Nick told him that he does not play games, and now Gunther has to earn his WWE Championship match. So then we go to the next matchup of the night. A lot of matches tonight, so well, not a lot, but several to go through. And that is the former United States champion Carmelo Hayes going 1-on-1 with Ricky Saints. Ricky started fast with some punches and chops before Carmelo fired back, slapped him in the face. Ricky answered with a kick, but Carmelo responded with an arm drag. Ricky connected with an arm drag of his own before both men missed drop kicks. Carmelo then took control with several punches and chops before sending Ricky Saints into the turnbuckles and chopping him again in the corner. Ricky Saints grabbed a wrist lock before heading to the top rope, hitting an old school move off the top rope. He followed it up with a punch and a pose for the crowd and another chop. Carmelo recovered and sent Ricky onto the apron. Ricky missed with a shoulder attempt to the ropes, allowing Carmelo to connect a kick and a springboard leg drop. Carmelo Hayes kept the pressure on with a flip dive to the outside that nearly overshot Ricky before landing another punch on the floor. This was a really good match. Carmelo connected with the flip dive to the outside that nearly cleared Ricky Saints before landing a punch and bringing the action back into the ring. Ricky turned things around moments later by sending Carmelo to the floor and dropping him across the apron. He followed that up with a leg drop on the apron. Back inside the ring, Carmelo Hayes landed a chop, but Ricky answered with a boot in the corner for a count of 2. Ricky then hit a suplex for another 2 count before Carmelo fought back with a back elbow and a suplex of his own. Carmelo missed a clothesline, allowing Ricky to connect with one of his own for another count of 2. Ricky stayed aggressive with punches and kicks before placing Carmelo on the top turnbuckle. The two exchanged forearms on the ropes before Ricky tried for a superplex. Carmelo countered with the Glory Buster off the turnbuckles and followed it with a frog splash. But Ricky kicked out. Ricky Saints blocked the first 48, fired back with a punch before hitting a package power slam. Slowed the pace down with a chin lock as Carmelo Hayes tried to recover. Carmelo battled back with 2 super kicks. Ricky flinched on the next attempt, which allowed Carmelo to fake him out before landing another super kick and a springboard clothesline. Carmelo then connected with La Mystica for only a count of 2. He tried to follow it up with a suplex, but Ricky blocked it and landed punches. Carmelo countered. Ricky went for a suplex attempt, but Carmelo countered it into an inside cradle, but Ricky reversed it before connecting with a kick and a spinning side slam for another close near fall. Ricky Saints tried to lift Carmelo Hayes up, but Hayes collapsed to the mat before Ricky could finish the move. Ricky stayed on the attack with forearms and kicked to the back to keep Carmelo down. Ricky then went for the tornado DDT, but Carmelo Hayes blocked it and connected with the first 48. Carmelo went for the cover, but Ricky kicked out at 2. Carmelo went to the top rope, looked for nothing but net, but Ricky Saints moved out of the way. Carmelo rolled through the landing, only for Ricky to answer with a tornado DDT for a near fall. Ricky then tried to hit Roshambo, but Carmelo Hayes blocked it. Minutes later, Ricky sent Carmelo into the turnbuckle and attempted to use the rope to leverage during the pin, but the referee caught him. Carmelo Hayes quickly took advantage of the distraction and rolled Ricky up with his feet on the ropes for extra leverage to steal the 1, 2, 3. So Carmelo Hayes taking a page out of Ricky Saints' playbook by putting his feet on the rope for the extra leverage. He defeated Ricky Saints tonight. Carmelo Hayes with the big win on his way back, climbing that ladder towards that United States Championship. So then we go backstage, and R-Truth, Sean's, you can see Royce Keys working out. R-Truth stopped by to speak with Royce, thanked him for helping them last week with the NFTs. R-Truth, they said, R-Truth, wow. R-Truth said they were building a new clubhouse for the new Judgment Day and offered Royce a chance to join the group. Royce did not commit to anything and said he would think about it. Then DP, Damian Priest, the other half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, walked up and immediately questioned what was going on. Damian brought up that the fact that Solo Sikoa's crew has been attacking everyone lately, but they have not touched Royce Keys at all. He made it clear that Royce still has not earned his trust or respect. R-Truth apologized to Priest for what happened last week and admitted they used him to get to Priest. Damian responded by pointing out that R-Truth could not even compete tonight because of everything that happened last week. He's medically unable to compete. Damian Priest finished by saying at least he knows R-Truth will be safe tonight. So then we get another segment with Danhausen. It was Sean walking backstage and said the Mini-Hausens were officially on vacation. He claimed the experiment was a success and teased that it was now time for something bigger, better, and larger. It's going to probably be Amo, guys. Danhausen then rolled a gurney into the area and started pressing a bunch of keys on the computer, hinting that he was working on his next strange creation. Obviously, something blew up, but then you could see him pull the covers up, and it's a big, huge body there. So I think it's gonna be Amos. We'll see though. So yeah, another one of those. So then we go out to the ring for a one-on-one match. One half of the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Damian Priest, going one-on-one with one of the three members left of the MFT, Tama Tonga, and they still have not went through with the turn yet. So they are really, really milking that turn of them either turning on Solo or kicking Solo out or whatever they're going to do. But so let's get to the action with Priest and Tama Tonga. Tama attacked Damian as soon as Priest entered the ring, leading the referee to immediately call for the bell. Tama stayed aggressive early with punches and a flying strike, but Damian Priest answered back with a leaping back elbow. Tama landed a kick. Moments later, the Priest nearly caught him with the South of Heaven before Tama Tonga escaped. Priest fired back with punches, but Tama surprised him with a sunset flip for a count of 2. Priest then knocked Tama to the floor with a kick and tried to attack from the ring steps. Tama saw it coming and cut Priest off with a clothesline off the step to take control on the outside. Tama Tonga kept control by sending Damian Priest into the announce table before bringing the action back into the ring. He began to target the back of Damian Priest's head with forearm and picked up a near fall before staying on the offense with a knee drop. Tama continued wearing Priest down in the corner with shoulder strikes and headbutts to the back of the head. He attempted a superplex, but Damian Priest fought him off with forearms and forced Tama back to the mat. Tama recovered quickly and knocked Damian Priest onto the apron before trying another superplex attempt. Damian Priest stopped him again and landed a kick from the apron. He tried to set up the Razor's Edge, but Tama Tonga countered into a rear naked choke on Priest's back. Damian Priest escaped by backing Tama into the corner, snapping him over with a snapmare. Tama Tonga answered with more forearm before blocking a kick, hitting a dragon screw. He followed it with a jumping DDT for another near fall, and slapped Damian Priest across the head, which only fired Damian Priest up at that point. Priest exploded with punches before landing a flying shoulder tackle. After getting his kick blocked, Damian Priest blocked Tama Tonga's ears, connected with a cyclone kick, hit a flatliner. He followed it up with a jumping back elbow in the corner and hit the broken arrow for only a count of 2. Damian Priest looked for the rebound clothesline, but Tama rolled to the outside. Damian Priest chased after him and launched Tama over the announce table with a huge pounce before tossing him back into the ring. Damian Priest climbed to the top rope, but he slipped on the turnbuckles, and he wasn't even close to him. I don't know what the hell happened there. Damian was trying to climb the turnbuckles, and he just slipped. That was a bad botch. Tama quickly took advantage and hit a swinging neck breaker for a count of 2. Tama Tonga then went for a tiger driver, but Damian Priest blocked it and countered with a backdrop. Tama Tonga then tried to surprise Priest with a sunset flip, but Damian Priest grabbed him by the throat and planted him with the South of Heaven for the 1, 2, 3. Oh, not right there. I'm sorry. Priest followed up with the rebound clothesline before hitting. So he went for the South of Heaven and Tama came out of it. But then he ended up getting it again. And he hit the South of Heaven on Tama Tonga for the 1, 2, 3. So Damian Priest did score the pinfall. But after the match, Tama Tonga stormed the ring and nailed Damian Priest with a boot before stomping him down. So Sikoa then stepped in, raised his thumb in the air, and picked Damian Priest up and delivered the dangerous Samoan spike. Solo, Tama Tonga, and Tama Tonga stood tall over Damian Priest as that segment was over. Damian Priest was the numbers game or too much. So we get to see Sami Zayn again. Like I said, 3 hours, lot to cover. Backstage, Sami Zayn was shown talking. Johnny Gargano, they still have him laying on a damn crate with his mouth wide open. Talking to Johnny while he's laying on the crate about what Nick Aldis said to him earlier in the night. Sami questioned whether wrestling used to be about simply going out there and performing at a high level while the fans supported you for it. Candice LeRae walked up, obviously saying he's just going to lay there. He's not going to do anything. She wanted her husband to get up and do something. She stormed off. She said the conversation was not going to fix anything. She told Johnny that she needs a husband who is not sitting around doing nothing. He walked off. Sami responded by telling Johnny that he said must be rough at home. He said he told Johnny that he has to block out the noise and remember who he really is. He said nobody should be allowed to take that away from him. And he walked away, and you can see that Johnny Gargano's eye kind of turned towards Sami, so he must have been listening. They got to really get away from that. So we get back from commercial, and the former women's SmackDown champion, Jade Cargill, which we saw her last week, come out and attack Rhea Ripley. She came to the ring, nice entrance with the Baddies 2.0, is what I call them, with B-Fab and Meacher. Obviously, they were just to the core tonight. The three made their way to the ring together. The crowd was really reacting to Jade. Jade said she got the microphone, she said everyone likes to act tough when she is not in the building. But things get quiet once her music hits. She brought up Rhea Ripley finding that out last week and warned everyone about what is coming next. Jade then said, at Clash in Italy, she plans on breaking champions. She promised that the championship is coming home with her before starting to say that everyone already knows that she is that you-know-what woman in the division. So obviously, Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley, they're kind of setting it up with the tag match they're doing at Saturday Night Main Event with Jade, Meacher and B5 against Charlotte, Rhea, and Alexa. Looks like they're going to do Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's Championship in Italy. But before Jade could finish, Charlotte Flair's music hits, interrupted her. Charlotte Flair made her way out alongside Alexa Bliss. Charlotte interrupted Jade and immediately said the crowd did not want to hear Jade talk anymore. Obviously, there was a lot of banter tonight, back and forth with Charlotte and Jade. Alexa Bliss followed that up by declaring that the arena was now player country before Charlotte let out a loud woo. Charlotte told Jade they have been doing this dance for years, but now Jade has finally done something to piss her off. She then challenged Jade by saying it was time to play. Jade fired back by calling Charlotte and Alexa backup dancers before asking where Rhea Ripley was. Alexa got on the mic and laughed at the backup dancers' comment and questioned whether B-Fab and Meechin were only there to make Jade look better. Charlotte then accused Jade of having Meechin and B-Fab do her dirty work and suggested they stop talking and have the match right now. She told Jade to pay attention and take notes. Jade closed the exchange by saying Charlotte and Alexa better entertain her because she was already getting bored with them. So they're definitely teasing a Charlotte Jade match bigger than ever. Obviously, we see that Blake Monroe is going to be finally show up on SmackDown. She wrestled a dark match tonight against Jordan Grace, but she is going to be on SmackDown next week. It looks like from Kentucky. So we're going to get Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair against B-Fab and Meechin. Charlotte Flair and Meechin started the match. Charlotte took control early with the waistlock takedown. Meechin got to the ropes and briefly rolled to the floor before Charlotte pulled her right back down with another takedown. Meechin tried to fight back with a back elbow and escaped the belted back suplex attempt before clipping Charlotte Flair and landing a Pele kick. She followed with strikes in the corner. Charlotte Flair answered with chops after sending Meechin into the turnbuckles herself. Meechin escaped a follow-away slam, took Charlotte Flair down before connecting with a couple of slaps and a head scissors takedown and a round kick. Charlotte Flair avoided a drop kick and trapped Meechin into a figure four head scissors, rolling her around the ring. Thought she was about to do Stephanie Bacor's Devil's Kiss, but she didn't. She had her set up for that. Alexa and B-Fab then tagged in. Alexa quickly took over with a drop toe hold, kicks, and a drop kick before driving double knees into B-Fab against the ropes. Alexa followed with a double knee drop, but she missed a flip senton after Meechin distracted her from the apron. B-Fab capitalized with a clothesline and punches before nearly scoring a pinfall win with an elevated flatliner. Meechin tagged back in, teamed with B-Fab for a double suplex, and she almost got the 3 count on Alexa. Meechin stayed aggressive, choking Alexa against the ropes, while B-Fab added extra pressure from the outside. Meechin continued to control the match with kicks and corner offense before tossing Alexa across the ring by her hair multiple times. Alexa tried to fight back with punches, but Meechin quickly shut her down and drove her face first into the mat for another near fall. Meechin locked in a bow and arrow submission, but Alexa escaped. B-Fab and Meechin continued making quick tags while taking turns kicking Alexa down in the corner. Meechin later slowed things down with a bear hug, though Alexa managed to counter it with a sunset flip for a 2 count. Meechin then knocked Charlotte Flair off the apron with a forearm before she and B-Fab had some double team offense on Alexa while the referee was distracted. Alexa finally escaped a slam attempt and connected with a tornado DDT to create the opening for the tag. She got the tag to Charlotte, and B-Fab were tagged in as well. Charlotte exploded into the match with a top rope crossbody. Charlotte followed up with some loud chops to both Meechin and B-Fab before dropping B-Fab with a clothesline. Charlotte started taking over with a follow-away slam with B-Fab before hitting another one on Meechin. Charlotte then went to the top rope, but Jay got on the apron and distracted her long enough for B-Fab to pull her down. B-Fab connected with a boot before Meechin tagged in and landed a missile drop kick. Meechin and B-Fab followed with kicks to Charlotte Flair, but nearly picked up the win after a close near fall. Meechin dropped Charlotte across the middle rope. B-Fab followed with a roll-up for another count of 2. Charlotte fought back by locking in the figure 4 leg lock. I didn't never get to the figure 8. What's going on, Stampede? Good to see you. Wrestling here in the morning across the globe, it might just be where you're looking. Yeah, definitely. I don't know. SmackDown was okay, but 3 hours. They need to do a lot of work. Charlotte caught her in the figure four leg lock, but she was going for the figure eight, fortune Meechin and missed an elbow drop before sending her to the floor. B-Crowd then grabbed Charlotte from behind, but Charlotte escaped. Alexa Bliss tagged herself in. Charlotte hit the player flip, knocked Meechin down with a big boot. She was obviously she was talking shit to Jade the whole time. There's a lot of exchanges with Jade and Charlotte tonight, so they're definitely that match is gonna be happening soon. Alexa connected with the sister Abigail, but before Alexa could finish the match off, Jade Cargill pulled her out of the ring and attacked her, causing the referee to ring the bell for the disqualification. So Alexa and Charlotte win by disqualification. After the match, Jade threw Alexa into the ringside barricade. Charlotte responded by sending Meechin over the announce table before taking out B-Fab as well. Charlotte then went straight over there to Alexa. Her and Jade definitely exchanged some more words. Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor kicked ass tonight. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people tweeting about it all over. I didn't get to watch it, unfortunately. I'm going to probably have to go back and look at the highlights. I heard it was good, though. Yeah, so as of right now, they made the announcement that the third match, which we will be doing a prediction show, unfortunately, hopefully they make another match official on Raw. But as of right now, we only have 3 matches official for our Saturday Night Main event. Penta will defend the Intercontinental Championship against All Ego, Ethan Page. Division, Logan Paul and Austin Theory will defend the Raw Tag Team Championship against the Street Profits. And Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and Rhea Ripley in a 6-woman tag match against Jade, B-Fab, and Meechin. And I do believe that the tag team title will be defended as well. They definitely teased that tonight. Nia Jax said they want a match at Saturday Night's Main Event, so they kind of spoiled it. Something's going to happen. I think Stephanie's going to show up, and Monday, Judgment Day is not going to win. So I think the 4th match is going to be Brie and Paige against Nia and Flash, is what I think. So after the match, the only time we saw Fatal Influence tonight, backstage, Kathy Kelly was with JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Laney Reed of Fatal Influence, talking about their recent dominance. Fallon Henley said, "You are either the predator or the prey," and claimed their group is now on top of the division. Obviously, Laney Reed said something, and JC Jane said that while all these other teams were fighting, not liking each other, that their Fatal Influence was loyal to the core, and before long, they were all going to be draped in gold. I could definitely see Fatal Influence being the ones to beat Brie and Paige for the tag titles. And JC, they're saying they're going to push her, so I don't know if they're going to do JC and Rhea at SummerSlam, but it looks like it's possible. Especially with them doing Jade and Rhea in Italy. So we go backstage after the match. Alexa Bliss is shaking the cobwebs off. Charlotte talking about trying to work with Rhea last week and questioned where Rhea was this week. Alexa told Charlotte they could use some help. They're obviously, the numbers game is too much for them. Charlotte quickly asked Alexa if she looked like someone who needs help. Alexa responded by saying maybe Charlotte does not, but Rhea still owes them. And like I said, they made it official for Saturday Night Main Event. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss will take on Jade Cargill, B-Fab, and Meechin. So before we get to the main event, WWE showed a replay of what happened on Raw between Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. Obviously, the attack, the fighting in the ring, and everything Jacob did to Roman and the Usos and everybody, the security that came out. So then we go backstage. Solo Sikoa spoke with Royce Keys before his big match with Gunther. Solo told Royce he could help him beat Gunther and he could help him become the next SmackDown Heavyweight Champion, while also warning him not to listen to Jacob Fatu. Solo said they could run SmackDown together and warned Royce that he would hate to see what happened to Shinsuke Nakamura earlier happen to him too. Royce told Solo he had a handle before Solo walked away. He said that's the same thing that Jacob said. And obviously, it come to fruition. Solo Sikoa ended up costing Royce Keys in the main event. But Royce looked very strong in this match. So WWE did a really good job of making him look really good against Gunther. Gunther did a really good job. It was a good match. So we go to the main event. It is going to be Gunther going one-on-one with Royce Keys in a #1 contenders match. The winner going to clash in Italy to face Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship. So Gunther and Royce locked up to start the match before backing into the corner. Gunther slapped Royce in the face, but led to Royce firing back with a forearm and sent Gunther to the floor. Gunther got back into the ring, but quickly rolled outside again to slow things down. Once he returned, Gunther landed a kick, locked in a side headlock before trying a shoulder tackle that barely moved Royce Keys. Royce Keys was very dominant in this match. Gunther followed with a chop and another side headlock, but Royce Keys refused to stay down. After another shoulder tackle attempt failed to move him, Royce Keys bounced off the ropes and finally knocked Gunther to the mat. He made it look easy. Royce Keys is a big guy. Gunther answered with several hard chops, but Royce Keys blocked one and fired back with forearms and jabs. Gunther landed the boot, but Royce Keys recovered and slammed him down with a running power slam for a count of 2. Gunther rolled back to the floor to regroup. Royce Keys stayed on the attack by whipping Gunther hard into the ringside barricade. He repeated it a second time before landing a punch right to Gunther's forehead. Royce kept the pressure on and then sent Gunther crashing over the announce table at ringside. Royce Keys broke the referee's count on the outside right before 10. Obviously, Gunther reversed the getting thrown into the barricade and ended up throwing Royce Keys into the outside ring steps, and Royce got in right before the 10 count. Gunther turned things around by reversing an Irish whip and sending Royce Keys into the ring steps, as I just mentioned. Back in the ring, Gunther targeted Royce Keys' arm with kicks and a knee drop before locking in a double wrist lock. Royce Keys tried to power out by slamming Gunther. Gunther released the hold and posed confidently in the ring. Gunther kept attacking the arm and followed with several short arm clotheslines, but Royce Keys refused to go down. Royce Keys finally answered with a clothesline of his own to stop Gunther's momentum. Gunther came right back with a chop and tried to hit a suplex, but Royce Keys blocked it. Royce then attempted a suplex himself, but Gunther countered before landing another chop. Royce Keys eventually powered through and connected with a suplex. Royce Keys fired back with forearms, but Gunther cut him off with knees near the ropes before landing another hard chop for a count of 2. Gunther sent Keys to the floor and followed him outside, where he connected with a kick to the head from the apron. Royce Keys caught Gunther's next kick attempt and grabbed him before repeatedly slamming Gunther onto the announce table 3 times in a row. Royce rolled Gunther back into the ring, but Gunther answered with a boot to the head. Gunther then missed a Yakuza kick corner, allowing Royce Keys to respond with a splash and an Irish whip. Gunther exploded out of the corner with a clothesline before heading to the top rope. Royce Keys met him before he could even think about jumping off the top rope and connected with a huge superplex, leaving both men down in the ring. Royce Keys nearly won the match after getting a count of 2. He followed up with short arm clotheslines, but Gunther refused to go down at that point. Gunther ducked another clothesline attempt and locked in a sleeper hold for the first time. He did it a couple of times. Royce wouldn't stay down. He dragged Royce Keys down to the mat, kept the hold applied, and out comes Solo Sikoa. he was trying to get the fans to get behind Royce, telling him to get up sleeper hold. Royce Keith brought his way back up to his feet. Gunther tried for a powerbomb, but Royce countered with a back body drop. Two then traded clothesline attempt before bouncing off the rope, before Royce finally connected with a flying clothesline. Royce kept the momentum going with several short-arm clothesline before taking Gunther down for another near fall. He followed with a splash in the corner, an Irish whip, and another splash. Gunther struggled to recover. Gunther then, out of nowhere, locked the sleeper hold back in. Obviously, so Sikoa was telling him to get up. Royce Keith escaped with elbows. Gunther answered with a chop before Royce Keith leveled him with a shoulder tackle that accidentally knocked the referee down. It was a small ref bump, but just enough for the ending right here. So Sikoa then looked up onto the ringside area from the ring, grabbed a chair and slid it into the ring. Royce Keith picked it up. At first, it looked like he was going to use it on Gunther. Instead of using it on Gunther, Royce Keith threw the chair, smashed it on Solo. Obviously, that distraction was enough. Obviously, the ref wasn't too hurt. Like I said, it was a small ref bump, but distraction allowed Gunther to recover and blast Royce Keith from behind with a forearm to the back of the head. Gunther then followed up with a monster clothesline and hit his famous power bomb. He picked Royce way up, power bombed him for the 1, 2, 3. So the career killer Gunther, with the distraction from Solo Sikoa with the chair, scores the pinfall victory over Royce Keith. Now we'll go to Clash at Italy and challenge Cody Rhodes for the SmackDown Championship. After the match, Gunther grabbed a cameraman and had a few words for Cody Rhodes while celebrating his win. Before Gunther, because about midway, while Gunther was still talking, Cody Rhodes come from behind, attacked Gunther from behind, and planted him with crossroads. He hit him with crossroads, closed the show. I mean, if this was if there was a PLE this weekend, then we would know that Cody ain't winning. But there's still another SmackDown before, well, there's still 2 SmackDowns before Italy, so we will see. Like I said, that's Triple H's 2 favorites. So I don't really know how they're going to book it. I could see Gunther winning, but I could also, I know Randy's advertised for the SmackDown like right after Italy, so I could see Randy. I don't think Gunther would get pinned. For a fact, I don't think that's happening. It could be some janky finish. Randy could get involved. Maybe it doesn't main event. If Roman and Jacobs on the card, I could see some janky finish. Randy coming out. I don't know. It's either Gunther's winning or it's going to be a DQ finish. That's what I think. But I know Randy's coming back at Italy, so. But yeah, obviously, like I said, a Saturday night main event. We got Penta defending the Intercontinental Championship against All Ego, Ethan Page, Division, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory defending the Raw Tag Team Championships against the Street Profits, and made official tonight. Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and Rhea Ripley will take on Jade, Meechin, and B-Fab, and I believe we're going to see Brie Bella and Paige against Nia Jax and Lash Legend as well for the tag team titles at Saturday night's main event. Unless WWE was just trying to throw everybody off, unless WWE are going to win the title, but I don't think they are. I think Stephanie's going to come out. So this has been your SmackDown recap. Shout out to everyone that listened tonight, either on my YouTube, my X page, or DWE Television's X page. Make sure you follow DWE Television on X, as well as Talk It Up Podcast on YouTube. Also, shout out to Royal Greg, Reg, Director Reg, Kyle the Man Anthony, Obviously, Kyle and Greg do the rundown an hour before Raw, so make sure you tune into that. After Sam was live today earlier, make sure you follow him on X and give him a subscription on YouTube and also Smoke Session Podcast as well. Also, shout out to everybody from Gimmick Table Media. So, this has been your SmackDown recap. I did it in less than an hour and a half, which is pretty good with a 3-hour show. Like I said, just a couple quick announcements before I go to the outro and come back and tell you guys what we have coming up this weekend and then next week. Like I said, tomorrow will be my last day off for the month of May. I will have a stream every night after tomorrow, starting Sunday every night until the end of May. We do have the Saturday Night Main Event Prediction Show. It's a full panel. I mean, we don't have a full match card, but we will predict at least the 3 matches, and maybe they make another one official Monday. We'll see. But that is going to be live Wednesday night, so make sure you tune in to that. If you are watching live here on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. And if you are already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please turn that notification bell on. Come join us. Because this coming Wednesday, like I said, will be the Saturday Night Main Event Prediction Show. And then the Wednesday after that, at 7 p.m. Eastern as well, will be the Clash in Italy Prediction Show. Now, the last Sunday of the month is going to be the Clash in Italy PLE. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So, basically 1 p.m. my time. So I'll be doing the Clash of Italy recap show normally when I do Sunday Night Scoops. So there will not be a Sunday Night Scoop show on the last Sunday of May. I will be doing the Clash of Italy recap show followed by the LFG. I think it'll be episode 6 that night. Later on that night. There will be a Sunday Scoop show this weekend, and then next weekend, the weekend after the Saturday event, there will not be one the last Sunday of May. So make sure you tune in this Sunday and next Sunday to catch any latest news or questions you may have leading up to Saturday Night Main Event and Clash at Italy. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and go to the outro. I'll be back to tell you guys where you can find me on my socials and what I have coming up the rest of this weekend and next week live here on the EVP show.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
There are a lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go, show recap prediction sports.
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go.
All right. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the SmackDown Recap Show live May 15th, 2026. We do have at least one match official for Clash in Italy. Cody Rhodes will defend against Hunter. Looks like they're going to do Jake Cargill going after the SmackDown Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley. And I'm pretty sure we're going to get Roman Jacob too. So, but the only one match is official as of right now. But Jay did say she was going to take the title back in Clash in Italy. So pretty much official too. So, yeah, SmackDown was okay. It's just so long. They have a lot of work to do. Some of the stuff I question where their mindset is, but that's for another day. Like I said, if you guys do have watched the stream live on YouTube or go back and watch it, please hit that like button. If you go back and watch it live and you got some stuff you want to comment on about the show, obviously put the comments in the chat and we'll go back and check it and try to answer them as quick as possible. I do check it consistently for comments and stuff like that. So social, as far as where you can find me, all my links are in my bios. If you follow me on any of these social media platforms, you will see my YouTube link pinned at the top of all of these platforms. If you're looking for me on X, you can find me at EVPCJP. Once you follow me, it's all the way at the top of my X page. It's the first post. It's pinned at the top. If you guys can, make sure to retweet that, share it with your friends. I'm at 224 subs, I believe, something like that. So I'm about 76 away from hitting that 300 sub mark before SummerSlam. So yeah, you can find me on X, Twitter, whatever you guys call it, at EBPCJP. Instagram, same handle at EBPCJP. It's Instagram. It's a business account, but my YouTube link is pinned at the top of my bio. On TikTok, you can find me at Brady the Goat 21. It's at BRADY Goat 21. Again, it's at Brady the Goat 21. Last but not least, most importantly, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I said if you're not subbed to my channel, you can see my channel on all through social media platforms. But if you're unable to find this channel, first off, if you are subbed, please hit that notification bell, and you will be informed when I go live, which after tomorrow will be every day to the end of May. Come join me for a lot of content. If you can't find it, go to the search bar and type in at the EVP show. Like I said, please like and subscribe, turn that notification bell on. Part of what I have coming up next, tomorrow, Saturday, is my last day off for the month of May. I will be streaming 7 days a week for the last 2 weeks of the month. So tomorrow I'm off. But come back Sunday for the 4th week of Doubleheader Sunday. First at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, come join me for Sunday Night Scoops with the EVP, episode number 21. Again, that's at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday Night Scoops with the EVP, episode 21. And then come back later on that night, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, for the LFG Season 3, Episode 4 recap show. And Monday, come join me at 11 p.m. Eastern Time for your Raw recap show. And then Tuesday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, come join me for the NXT recap show. And then Wednesday, like I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, come join me and 9 others as we predict the super big Saturday night main event card. Like, the card is very underwhelming and very small, so it should be a pretty quick prediction show, it looks like. Like I said, once I announced the 4th match on Raw, we have 3 matches. Come join us Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time as we do the Saturday night main event prediction show. And then I'm back Thursday night. Obviously, I'm off Thursday, this past Thursday. But I'll be back Thursday night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern for the TNA recap show. Friday night, it's a go-home show right before Saturday night main event. Come back and join me next Friday night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the SmackDown recap show. Next Saturday, right after Saturday night main event goes off, which is at about 10ish, 10:15, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Come join me for the Saturday night main event recap show at 10:15 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern. And next Sunday, to cap out the 7-day week, come back and join me at 6 p.m. Eastern Time next Sunday for the last Sunday night scoop of May, episode number 22 at 6 p.m. Eastern, and then come back later on at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time later that night and join me for the LFG Season 3 Episode 5 recap show. So that is the schedule for the rest of this weekend and next week. Like I said, make sure you guys tune in, hit that notification bell. Definitely come join us Wednesday night for the Saturday night main event prediction show at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That being said, I'm glad to be back from break. 2 days off was great. I get another one off tomorrow. So I'm going to kind of rest up for the last 2 weeks of the month. That being said, you guys enjoy your Saturday. And I will see you guys back Sunday starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for Sunday Night Scoops episode number 21 with the EVP. Back later that night, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time for LFG Season 3, Episode 4 recap show. So you guys hit that notification bell and come join me for Doubleheader Sunday. You guys enjoy your Saturday? I know I will, and I will see you guys back at 6 p.m. Eastern Time live Sunday for Sunday Night Scoops, Episode 21 with the EVP. Good night, everyone. Enjoy your Saturday, and I will see you guys Sunday live here twice. Doubleheader Sunday, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern, Sunday Night Scoops with the EVP. I am the EVP, the EVP show. Golden Boy of DWE. DWE is the place to be. Good night, everyone. See you guys Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for Sunday Night Scoop, episode number 21 with the EVP.